Yes, my dear students. Today we are going to start a new topic, that is tenses. Now you will ask that, ma'am, why we are doing tenses and what is the use of tenses in our life? In our day-to-day life, we talk in English, we use many sentences. So for that sentences, to correct those sentences, we need tenses. So why the tense of a verb? In the tenses, the role of a verb is main. The tense of a verb tells about the time of an action. Any verb, any action that we are doing or we want to express that. So for that we need tenses in our day-to-day life. And they play an important role. Where they play? In our life they play an important role. So the tenses, they are divided into three parts. There are three main tenses. These are present tense. The second is past tense. The third one is future tense. Present tense, that is going on now. Past tense, that has happened, or the work that is completed. The third one, that is future tense. Future tense, the work that we will do in the coming time. So there are three types of tenses. After that, these tenses are divided into four main parts. That will be first simple, the second will be continuous, the third will be perfect, and the last, that will be perfect continuous. Three main tenses are there. After that, each part is divided into four main subcategories. Like if I will talk about simple present tense, if I will talk about present tense, so their four parts are simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. In the same way, if I will talk about past tense, so it will be simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous. After that, if I will take this one, the future tense, again four parts: simple future, future continuous, and future perfect tense, and the last part, that will be future perfect continuous. So in this class we will just discuss about the simple tense. That will be simple tense. Whether it is simple present, simple past, or simple future. Simple parts of all three tenses we will revise in this class. So, our first tense, that is simple present tense. First of all, we have to know that in simple present tense, we have to use first form of the verb. The rule for simple present tense is subject plus verb's first form. With first form of the verb, we have to use s, es or ies, and the last there will be object. Clear? So now the question arises that subject is there, verb's first form is there. So with all the first form, we have to use all these three, like s, es or ies. No, my dear students, it depends on the subject. S, es or ies. It depends on the subject. If the subject is singular and if the subject is plural. If my subject is singular, suppose he, she, any name like Ram is there, then we have to use s, es or ies with first form of the verb. But if the subject is plural, then we will use the first form of the verb as it is. There will be no change. Clear? Again, if my subject is singular, then we have to use s, es or ies with the first form of the verb. But if my subject is plural, then we will use the verb as it is. Let's have an example. Suppose my verb is cook, and if the subject is singular, then it will become cooks. But if the subject is plural, then we will use the same verb that they have given to us. So in this way, we have to follow the rule of simple present tense. Means subject they will already give to you. If subject is not there, we have to write that. And then we have to check first form of the verb, and before writing the verb, we have to check the subject. If the subject is singular, then we have to use s, es or ies. And if the subject is plural, then we have to use only the verb that they have given to us. So, let's have few examples related to simple present tense. Now, we know that in simple present tense, we have to use first form of the verb. They have given verbs to us. Now, we have to check. My subject is singular or plural. Here, he is given. Means my subject is singular. If my subject is singular, then we have to use s, es or ies with the verb. It depends on the verb. Like if my verb is play, so it will become s with this, he plays. Next sentence, they dash the football. The verb they have given, that is kick. Now again what we need to do? We need to check that if my subject is singular or plural. Here the subject is plural. If my subject is plural, so we will use the same verb that they have given. Ram and Sham dash, the verb is dance. Now you tell me that this my subject, this is the subject. This subject is singular or plural? Yes, you are right. The subject is plural. The subject is plural. If my subject is plural, so what we have to do? Will we add s or es or ies? No. We will use the same verb that is given to us. So in this way we can complete the simple present tense. Next is simple past tense. The rule for simple past tense is very easy. In simple past tense, we just have to use second form of the verb. Subject will be there, object will be there. Which form of the verb we have to use? We have to use second form of the verb. You have to remember this, that my subject is singular or plural. In simple past tense, whether it is singular or whether the subject is plural, what you have to do? You just have to use the second form of the verb. Let's try the same example. He dash. In the bracket, the verb they have given, that is play. But here what we are doing? We are doing simple past tense. So in simple past tense, we have to use second form of the verb. Play, play. The second form will be play. Next, if we will take this example, they dash the football. And the verb that is given to us, that is kick. So again we have to use second form of the verb. Kick is the verb. It will become kick. So, my dear students, you have to remember in simple present tense, first form of the verb, and in simple past tense, you have to use always second form of the verb. So, the next tense, that is simple future tense. The rule for the simple future tense, that subject, and then we have to use a helping verb will or shall. It again depends on the subject, that the subject is singular or plural. It depends on that. And we have to use first form of the verb. Verb's first form we will use, and the last there will be object. Now, where we have to use shall and where we have to use will. Shall always will be used with I or we, and will be used with he, she, it, they or any name is there. So according to that we have to use shall or will. Now we know that where we have to use will or shall. Now it comes to the verb, that which form of the verb we have to use? We have to use always first form of the verb. Have some examples. Ram dash to Mumbai tomorrow. The verb is go. Verb they have given to us. Now you have to remember which tense we are doing. We are doing simple future tense. So in simple future tense we have to use will or shall. No, will or shall, it depends on the subject. Here my subject is singular. That is the name of any person. So here I will use will. Ram will. Now which form of the verb? First form of the verb. Will go to Mumbai tomorrow. Next is my mother dash bake a cake for me. Again, my mother, it is a singular. So my subject is singular. If the subject is singular, will use will, and first form of the verb as it is we will use my mother will bake a cake for me. The third one, that is we dash play cricket tomorrow. So we, again we have to check the subject. Because why do we need to check the subject? Because we have to check the subject so that we can use will or shall accordingly. We is plural. So with we I have to use shall. It means I will use here we shall, and first form it will remain same. We shall play cricket tomorrow. So in this way you can complete your simple future tense also. So you have completed today 3 tenses: simple present, simple past and simple future tenses. Just go through this video, learn that, or if you are having any query, any problem, so you can discuss. In the next class we will do next tense, that will be continuous tense. Thank you.